Hello, future me and kids. And by kids, I mean not kids, because I'm definitely not going to have kids. 0.001% chance of negative. Okay. Another thought that I need to get down while it's fresh in my mind, because I had this so many times in the past, and I just need to record it while it's still here, bouncing around in the moment. All of us true thinking individuals, I'm sure other people have touched on this, but all of us really need to acknowledge the truth of the truth of the drug problem, and that is that all drugs, and by drugs I mean, of course, the recreational drugs that people use to get high, feel better, that sort of thing. All of them should be legal, for adults to use. And that is the problem that most of us know but aren't willing to really, not willing to really commit to in a public forum, or the other percentage are just too blind or whatever to even see, and their beliefs don't allow them the space to even consider, and that's sad. Because they'll allow themselves to, do all sorts of things. They'll say, you don't have the freedom to do all these things with your body. And then from this point, this point, this point, this point, this point, and then boom, here at this date of birth, boom, magically, now you can do whatever the fuck you want with your body. And, whatever, except for certain, like, religions. And Mormons are, I think Mormons, because I have Mormon relatives. They have certain religions. They have, like, beliefs that you're not supposed to, like, taint your body with certain substances, let's say. That's how we'll generalize it. Sometimes it's just alcohol. Sometimes it's alcohol and other intoxicants. And some Mormons, I hear, it's even added salt, which to me is freaking ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know if that's true, but it was something weird, like really weird. Um, yeah. So you can look all over the world and find really odd examples of these things. But generally speaking, especially in you know America and the developed Western world and that sort of thing. In the quote first world, the the euphoric intoxicants are banned. Only the uh, non-working intoxicants are not banned. You know, the kinds of things that make you work better aren't banned, and the some of the ones that help you relieve. Basically, we let you do one to kind of wind down, and it's alcohol. And lately, marijuana has lost some ground, but marijuana is like it's kind of like a nothing drug. Except marijuana has been getting more and more refined so that it's like, I like to say, there are some forms of marijuana that's like, there's weed, super weed, maybe even mega weed, and then there's crack weed. And crack weed is like dabs and shit like that, where it's just like, some people are getting so fucking, such a high tolerance where they're just, I'm just like, god damn, dude. Like, if I smoked that level, because I haven't smoked weed in so long. If I smoked that level of weed, I'd just like melt into the couch and not be back for like a week. And even if I just took a few hits of this modern dank, it would like annihilate my brain. So modern weed is so far removed, it seems. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. But the point essentially is, the issue of, they are saying to you, yes, you are an adult, but you're not an adult. And that's kind of fucked up. And, right, either you are or you are. I mean, I understand, and like, they don't, no one wants you drinking and driving, and certainly if we went ahead and made all these legal, I wouldn't want someone high on coke or heroin, that sort of thing, and fucking driving. I mean, I think that would be an obvious extension of the drinking and driving law, right? That would be obvious. And we would, if not mandate, highly encourage people to do these kinds of, I call them higher drugs, but however, whatever. We could put out health mandates, health recommendations. If you're going to do these things, do them somewhere. where you can be at least sort of monitored by someone who has some kind of medical background or something like that, so you don't fucking die. Ecstasy is not really too bad. We could have them be made by licensed, not so much pharmaceutical, but because pharmaceutical companies, companies, they'll jump on this and they'll start like, I don't know, I just get the feeling they'll fucking start gouging people with the prices, and I'll just be like, yes, it does take $500 to make a pill. It's like, no, it fucking doesn't. The chemicals that make these things is fucking just bottom of the barrel cheap. Like, if this shit was legal, a pill of fucking MDMA ecstasy would be so fucking cheap. The actual cost to make it would be so fucking cheap, it'd be ridiculous. They would still want like a 5,000% markup because they're fucking greedy bastards. They'd be like, well, the labor costs and the market share and market price and blah, blah, blah. Fucking bastards. So there probably still end up being a black market just because they're so fucking greedy. So, we'd have to get the government involved and, some kind of price controls for them, just because if we don't, it'd end up being a black market because they're so fucking greedy. But anyways, that's another issue that would have to be resolved. Yeah. But yes, that is the big issue at hand. Are people an adult, or aren't they? And and of course, this goes back to this kind of sidewaysly goes back to can people actually decide in an informed way the best person to represent them in a local, county, state, national level, who will best represent their, political interests. Basically, a lot of them can't, and sometimes it's due to they're just like a and sometimes, a lot of times, it's a mix of they're just not educated enough, and especially nowadays, it's nobody has the time to really dig into who these people are. And also, basically we only have two, and I say two with parentheses, one person to vote for. Because a lot of times there's only one person on the ballot. So you have one person that's there on the ballot and then a write-in spot. And who the fuck? Who writes someone in? I don't know how to write my name in. And if everybody just either writes their name in, well, all you gotta do is get like 10 people to circle to check the box with the guy's name, and then that person wins. Well, that's really a winning system, isn't it? So, I don't know. That's just fantastic. Um, so, obviously, the process itself needs to be, there needs to be something else going on there. Yeah, I don't know. I think everybody has sensed it for a while. Probably my whole generation, and from the beginning of my generation, um, till now, this generation that just started being able to vote, just knows something is just fundamentally wrong about the political system, the economic system, the inherent system of rights and society, and just, you know, the system of lies that almost all of us are just swimming in daily. The contradictions that everybody exists in, and the fog that we have to try to wade through. So, yeah. Alright. I did several tangents here that, I don't know. Anyways, drugs are good, and everyone have fun. Be safe. Um, Try not to die while doing it, because I have known indirectly too many people that died while having fun. Okay. Boobs.